Welcome. It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today is Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2953, Day 3. In Day 3, we have Crusader Industries, as you can see over here, and Tumbril Land Systems. So we are going to check out what they have to offer. Obviously, there are some new things in here as well. So I hope you guys are ready. So let's start with Crusader. So they have the C1 Spirit that is flyable. So this one is one of them that, let's pull it up right here. Part of the, I guess, what series of ships do you want me to call them? I mean, they're almost starters for Crusader. I think they're a little better than regular starters. Here's a little video from them.
When you need to get it there. When the odds are stacked against you. When you're just enjoying the view. When the sky's the limit. When it's time to get to work. The spirit of Crusader.
Nice.
One ship. Endless possibilities. Introducing the C1 Spirit. Deliver the future you want to see.
I actually really like that commercial. I'm not gonna lie. C1 Spirit, it's a cargo version of the Spirit. You also have the A1 and the M1 or whatever. They've got, or E1, I guess. So they have all sorts of different variations, 3 different ones. So yeah, C1 is the cargo variant of, I guess you could say it's probably more in line with like a Freelancer. That's how I would say it. 64 SCU of cargo, 1 size 2 shield, a crew of 2, and then you have 2 size 3 fixed guns on the wings, 1 dual gimbal, so that means 2 size 3s as well. So that's what, 3 or 4 size 3s that the pilot can control. Then you have 2 size 4 missile racks with size 3 missiles on it and a size 2 tractor beam. So all in all, the thing's actually got pretty good guns on it. I mean, like I said, it's right there with the Freelancer. You've got all the different variant of colors that you can get here. Factory standard looks a lot like Allegiant. There's just a red stripe difference. Okay, well, anyways, you get the idea. All the different colors, and the C1 Spirit is $110 war bond right now. If you want the C1 and the A1, it's going to cost you $280, and then if you want all 3 of the Spirits, it's going to be $400. Let's see, what is the other? It's the E1, right? Yeah, E1 Spirit. So you still have an opportunity to pick them up at reasonable prices. They haven't jacked them all up just yet, obviously, because the E1's not out yet, but the A1 and the C1 are both out. For credit, you can do $125, $310, or $450. And then the paint jobs, Normally $32 for a 6 paint pack, but you can get it for $22.40. That's probably a pretty good deal there. $14.40 for a 3 paint pack, or you can get individual paints for $6. You can also do the Warbond upgrade into the C1 if you would like to. So that might be a better option for a lot of you guys who just have starter ships, but really, really want to go into the Spirit line, is to do a Warbond upgrade. I don't know. I may end up doing that with a couple of my ships. We'll see. Because I really like the Spirit line. I think they're sleek. I think they look cool. Oddly enough, I have not messed around with my A1 at all. So I don't know how they fly, but they look like they're going to be pretty maneuverable. I mean, Crusader ships are fairly maneuverable. So let's move on. All right, so A1 Spirit by itself, $200. If you get it in the package with the C1, you're only paying about $180 for it. So, you know, do you want it alone? Do you want it with something? You'll have to make that decision yourself. It does have a special upgrade offer, so you're going to be able to do a Warbond upgrade on it. Probably 10 years. A2 Hercules, this is the massive bomber. This thing drops massive bombs. They more or less nuke a small area. Pretty cool to watch, to be honest. Very big ship, can carry all sorts of ground vehicles. Really, it can carry one tank, but you could get some other things in there as well. Then you have the Ares Inferno. This is a capital ship killer, is what they say it is. I don't see it anytime soon. But it does have a size 7 ballistic cannon on it, which goes brrr. Yeah. So it's like the A10 of, I guess you could say it anyways, maybe the A10 of the Star Citizen universe. And then you have the laser version, which is the Ares Ion. This is a laser cannon, though it does fire almost like a repeater at times. Again, these ships are extremely underwhelming. Because a few people cried boo-hoo when they got hit and one-shotted by a size 7 gun. That to me, that's an issue. You know, if you get in front of a size 7 gun and you're in an Aurora, it should hurt, right? You know, it should, if not kill you, the first shot should at least drop all your shields, and the second shot wipe you out. I don't know. That's just me. This ship probably shouldn't be hunting Auroras. Again, its role is capital ships. But if you're good enough to get on target to a smaller ship like that and hit it a couple of times, you should be rewarded with the kill. It's a size 7 gun. Anyways, $250 a piece for those. You got the C1 Spirit at $125 here. The C2 at $400. The Hercules, this is a large civilian cargo transport. It can transport a crap ton of stuff. 2 Nova tanks, as a matter of fact, as well. It can carry a lot. Very big ship. Definitely want to have some buddies on board to kind of help you defend it as well. E1 Spirit, again, this is the E-Warfare, or I'm sorry, this is their transport, their passenger transport ship. I'm a little confused on that, evidently, but it's an executive transport. $150 for it. The Genesis Starliner, this one could spawn all sorts of variants. We'll have to wait and see, but in the verse or in the lore, there's a military variant, there's cargo variant, there's all sorts of variants to this one. The concept of this one's probably going to be redone a little bit as well to fit the Crusader theme more. As it is right now, it looks more like Misk to me. But Genesis Starliner was one of the first concepted ships out there early on. It is a passenger transport. This is your airline for the verse. There should be lots of these you'll see at all the major spaceports because it literally is an airliner. M2 Hercules. This is the military version of the C2. This one is, I mean, it's got almost as much cargo as the C2. You can carry a couple tanks in it. You can carry like 20 ground troops. It has extra guns compared to the C2. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit stronger version with slightly less cargo space than the C2. It comes in at 520, and then you have the Mercury Star Runner. To me, this is kind of like, well, let's put it this way. It's one of the best group ships, like small group ships in the game. Something to compare it to might be like the 400i, or even the 600i, though the 600i is massive compared to this thing. Yeah, I mean, this thing, honestly, if you didn't need people to man the turrets, it's got 2 turrets with 2 size 3s in it. You could solo this thing all day long, and it would be fine. It would be an awesome like ship to have for a home ship. When you think Millennium Falcon, this is probably the closest to it. This is designed to be a data runner, but it's got enough cargo space that you can make a living just running cargo in it. It does have a smuggler's compartment as well, and it's got a server farm on it for the data running if that's what you're planning on doing with it. It's a really cool ship. I really love the Mercury Star Runner. I know a lot of people do. You can also get their paint pack, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you want a ship for you and a couple other people, this is one of the best ones for it. $260. So it's only $10 more than one of the Ares. Pretty cool. And then we're back to the beginning here. As you can see, Mercury Star Runner has the 10-month insurance or 10-year insurance. You can get your Crusader gear for $350, Celebration gear for $25 again. If you want the Crusader complete pack, you can get it for $2,775. Now this says $2,952, so that's last year's, but I'm sure it has everything in it. If you want to do it for credits, it'll cost you $3,100. That's all you have from Crusader. So let's check out Tumbril and see what they're offering right now. So, first up, we have the Storm, the solo operated assault vehicle. And they have a whole page dedicated to a couple of different storms. They've got the Storm AA, and then of course the regular Storm here. I really like the Storm. I think it's a really cool design. I don't know how well it'll hold up in combat. That's something we'll have to find out. But I think it's a cool little vehicle. So it says, strike hard, strike fast, leave nothing but destruction. The battlefield belongs to the Tumbril Storm. The Second Tavaran War saw the original solo tank change planetary combat forever. Today, the Storm is reborn to revolutionize warfare again, offering complementary solutions for both anti-material and anti-aircraft operations. The Tumbril Storm series is an unstoppable force of nature. And here's a nice little picture of the regular Tumbril Storm with its 2 guns. And then this is the AA model. Man, the AA model looks really cool. It really does. You run it with a couple of, just like this, with a couple of these, like for air defense. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I can imagine having like 30 of these on the battlefield. Might be pretty neat. So the regular Storm has a heavy autocannon. It's armed with a fearsome laser autocannon. The Storm tears through vehicles much larger and more heavily armed than itself. Well, hell, what is that? I mean, is that going to be the Nova that it tears through? Or is it going to be... I mean, the Ballista may be heavier than it. I doubt it. It's got a tracked drive system. Shielded armor, dedicated shield generator and emitter, along with tactical spec armor to keep operators safe while behind the line. What else does it say here? Operator seat. Yeah, so the seat is just right up and underneath the front there. And components are hidden in the side. So, cool. And, of course, heavy weaponry. All right. We don't need to dwell so much on the storms. We've already talked quite a bit about them. Let's get down to the fun parts. So, on the regular Tumbril storm, for personal storage, you have pretty much a gun case area. It's got a size 0 shield. That's like the same thing that they use on a Dragonfly. That's scary. Scary like in weak. You would think it would have at least a size 1 to match a ship, but guess not. Pilot-controlled remote turret system, size 3 laser repeater. So it's equivalent to Panther. I mean, it shows 2 here, so I don't know. I guess that's part of the system. Missiles, 16 size 2, 64 size 1 on the AA variant. And of course, 1 crew for each. And then the regular Tumbril Storm, you can get the factory standard version. The dark side, ooh, I like that. Frostline and Landfall. Very cool. This is the factory standard on the AA, the dark side for it, the Frostline, and the Landfall. Really cool. So, what are the nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty price tag for these? $80 for the regular Storm. What's that get you? 120-month insurance. Cool. $90 for the AA version. This one better be lifetime insurance. It is, because it's the first time they've produced it. And then you can get the dual pack for $165. And again, you get lifetime insurance on that as well. So that might be the deal of the day right there, guys. The dual pack of Storms for $165. Of course, you can't drive 2 vehicles at the same time. But you could have 2 out in the field and switch between the 2, or if they allow NPCs to be commanded by you, maybe one of them can drive your other tank for you. Now, if you decide you want to do credits, it's $90 for the regular Storm, $100 for the AA, and $180 for the dual pack. The paint jobs, normally $21. You can get all 3 paints for $17.85. Or you can get them individually for $7. And of course, you can upgrade to the regular Storm or to the Storm AA. Let's keep moving, right? We have the brochure, which we've kind of gone through a little bit. Let's move on to what other vehicles are for sale. We have the Tumbril Cyclone. This is the regular Cyclone for exploration and recon. It is $55. You can get the AA version for $80. The MT, which has missiles and a gun, $75. The racing version for $65. Then you can also get the recon version for $65. And the Cyclone TR, which is a ground combat version, $65. Or you could move up to the Tumbril Nova. Again, you're going to need something that can transport this thing, and right now the only thing that can do that is the C1 and M1 and I'm sorry, the C2, M2, and A2 Hercules ships. $120 for a Nova. Ranger CV, these are going to be the ground motorcycles. There's going to be several variants starting at $35. The racing variant at $35, the ground combat version at $40. The ground combat's probably going to be a little hard in this thing. I'm just saying. I don't know that this is the best idea. They should put like a gimbal or something on it that sticks up above the driver and it can move around shooting at things. And then the Storm again at $90, the Storm AA at $100. And then you could go down here and get the Tumbril complete pack for $700 war bond or $785 for credits. But that's it for today from the showroom floor. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's offerings. Let me know in the comments down below what you plan on getting, or what you're going to say, I think I'm going to pass this time on, or what you want to get down the road sometime. And remember, you don't have to spend real world money on any of these ships. You are capable of buying them in game at some point. You may have to jump through some hoops to get to it. You may have to grind it out a little bit, but they're all going to be available in game to purchase. You don't have to spend your hard-earned real-world cash on any of them other than your very first game package. And if you are deciding to get your first game package, make sure to use my referral code, which has been flashing down below. It'll get you 5,000 bonus credits. So it's a little flash money when you start out. With that said, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.